Welcome to the Jerry Graves channel. This channel talks about narcissists. I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into the topic, but first, I want to ask that you like, comment, and subscribe. Let's jump into it. Alright, so I want to clear up some confusion as far as how the world works, and I'm trying to do this in under 5 minutes, but I don't know if I can. And I've tried and tried and tried in different videos. I can't get it down to, in a nutshell, what it is and pin it down. But basically, this is how the world works. It works on a racial basis. The whites are on top, and it's not that they're just on top. They're not just liking each other. They literally run everything. They run all of the corporations, all of the major things. They control everything, all the resources. So when you're talking about white supremacy, that's what that is. That's what that means. It means not just they think they're better. It's literally having everything under your control. All right. So they get to decide who's acceptable and who's liked, and they choose from the other races. Whites, you're automatically acceptable. You're automatically liked. But the other races, they choose who's acceptable, and usually all the other races are basically, they're in the middle. The only people that are really at the bottom who aren't acceptable are descendants of American slaves, males. Now, descendant of American slave females, and I'm talking about North American slaves, we're the main targets of all of this. They can switch in from the acceptable category to the bottom category. That's females can do that. But if you're a straight descendant of American slaves, North American slaves, male, you can't do that. You can't be in the middle category. They might choose one or two, but they won't let you be in that middle other category. Other category is basically the acceptable non-white race, all the acceptable non-white races. And so basically it's like the analogy where you have the field slaves and you have the house slaves and you have the white people, right? Well, the Mexicans, the Asians, and all these other groups that are up here, they're all the house slaves now. If you're a descendant of American slaves, no matter how light skin or dark skin you are, if you're a male, you're automatically a field slave. They treat us like we're all dark skinned. And that's something that people don't understand and people might disagree with, but it's true. They'll treat an African who's from a different country, who's darker than I am, like he's better and more acceptable than me, because they know I'm from the descendants of American slaves. They could see it in the way I walk and how I talk. They know that I'm from here. Him not being from here, he gets to be in the other category, even if he's darker than me. If you come from another country and you hold on to your culture, even if you look like you're a descendant of American slaves, they'll accept you because they know that you're not us. We're the ones at the bottom. But if you leave your culture and you look like you're a part, if you look like you're one of us and you start acting like us, you start talking how we talk, they'll treat you like us. And that's basically how it goes. That's how you get to the bottom if you're from a different culture, and that's the reason why they try to stay away from us. And it's run off of people acting like, basically being liked. Everybody acts phony. Oh, I gotta act, happy all the time. And the white people go around, they ask everybody, why aren't you smiling? So you gotta smile all the time. And if you look good enough, people find you to be acceptable. They like you. They might choose you to be one of the few from our group that they'll accept. And that's basically how it is. When you're talking about liking somebody, it's basically how you look. Very few people have the personality to be able to overcome how they look, so it's how you look. Do you look friendly or not? If you look like you're not friendly, you look tired all the time or angry or sad, then you're going to go at the bottom. And it's that simple. Except if you're in the other group, like you don't get the other people, very few of them are ever going to go to the bottom. Like they'll just be at the bottom of the others, but they never get to be at the real bottom where the descendants of American slaves are. And then you got people that think that, well, these people are, they come from a harder place than us and they need jobs, yada, yada, yada. But to tell you the truth, if that was true, if they had it so much harder than us, we'd be able to see it. It'd be all over social media. These people would be starving if they didn't have ways to get money. So that's basically in a nutshell what it is. Now, the second thing that's going on, now that I've explained that, I'm satisfied with what I explained. The second thing that's going on is the American dream, and what people tell people what the American dream is basically getting a house. And what's a house? A house is a nest. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all these people from all these other countries want to build a nest here because it's supposed to be glamorous. It's supposed to be safer. The houses are supposed to be better. So you got all these people from other cultures coming here to build a nest, basically. And then the men come here to follow the women, and, and that's basically how it is. And that's what we all want to do. Everybody's following women. We participate in Christmas because of women. We participate in Thanksgiving because of women. We go across the country and across all these places. We want to move in the suburbs because of women. And that's one of the reasons why we are enslaved still, because we let women run the show. Even when we're young and we're trying to find our way in the world, what do? We go to the club every weekend. Why? Because women are going to the club. You ever got that? Like where you're getting texts, where you at? Oh, I'm going over here. You're trying to be where the women are, and they're always going across town. And then you got the white supremacists guiding them everywhere they're going to go. Like, oh, well, we're going to give them free drinks over here. So now all the black people, you get in your rickety car following them. And then you can't even say you don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? Like all the stuff, a lot of this is because people are chasing women too. Everybody's chasing sex. So they're basically controlling the world based off of that. And like women need to be some of the most woke people and some of the most dedicated people to ending white supremacy, because they are some of the people that they're the biggest tool, because everybody's, like people are guided by fear and by sex mostly, so when they're not scaring you, you're chasing sex. And who you chase when you chase women? And what are they doing? They don't care about racial issues. Most of them, they're just trying to get a better nest, or they're trying to go have a place to get free drinks. So everybody's, and then you know what I'm saying? Like you have your mom, the girl's mom, when it comes time for prom, you know what I'm saying? Oh, she wants to take pictures and, you know what I'm saying? All this stupid stuff that we really shouldn't be participating in, because it's non-constructive. What's the purpose of prom? You know what I'm saying? What's the purpose of any of this stuff? If you were to say like, I don't want to do, if you had children, you had a family, you say you don't want to do Christmas, your wife is going to be the one who's mad about that. Like, what do you mean no Christmas? And now you got an argument right there. But really, we shouldn't be participating in the system the way we are. And basically, women need to be a lot stronger too. It's like the men need to be stronger, the women have to be stronger too, because they're going to be the ones that, run into the polls to go vote. And I don't think we really should be voting like that unless we're getting something out of it. And just basically they guide everybody around using them, and then all this time's wasted. And everybody's like, now it's time to die now. You wasted all your life. It's time to die now.